As you know, we are doing the practice of the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, we are learning things from the Bhagavad Gita, but more than just learning, putting those learnings into practice is what makes the learning fruitful. So we are taking one shlok from the Bhagavad Gita and seeing what we can actually put into our daily practice. Today is Janmashtami, and at 12 o'clock Bhagavan's birth time will be there. So it's very apt that today we are doing a shlok from the 9th Adhyaay, the 9th chapter, because it's the mid part, the midway mark of the Bhagavad Gita, in which Bhagavan today is going to reveal the most highest secret to Arjun. So it's a good tribute to Bhagavan on this day. So the shlok I'm going to take is the very first shlok of the 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and I will chant it. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyamya nasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajgyatva mokshyase shubhat. Shri Bhagavan said, to you who are devoid of the carping spirit, I shall now unfold the most secret knowledge of Nirgun Brahma, along with the knowledge of manifest divinity, knowing which you shall be free from the evil of worldly existence. Bhagavan is going to reveal the highest secret to Arjun, and through Arjun to us. This secret, Bhagavan says, this knowledge will liberate Arjun from coming back again and again in the cycle of life and death. And we also are getting that privilege, that benefit of hearing this secret, though not today. But why did he reveal it to Arjun? Why not to Yudhishthir or Bhim or anyone else? Well, Bhagavan tells you in this verse exactly why Bhagavan is revealing it to Arjun. And he says, I shall reveal it because you are devoid of carping spirit. Carping spirit, the one who has that one good quality in him, that he does not have a carping nature. So what is this carping nature which is preventing us from Bhagavan revealing that secret to each one of us? And the word is there in the shloka, it's called anasuyave, without dosha. He is without one particular dosha. What is that dosha? So there are two doshas or faults or things which are not so good in our vision, in our drishti. What are they? One, the first dosh is that whenever we see anything in sansar, we get so attracted to that vishay. Vishay could be an object, vishay could be a person, vishay could be an experience, a situation. We get so attracted to that we forget Paramatma completely. That's the first dosh. And the second dosh is that when we see the Vishay in sansar, unfortunately, because we have not used the correct use of our intellect, because we are not correctly using our intellect, we are using it to judge the things in the sansar. And so we are continuously looking for faults in them. And looking for faults in things of sansar or even in Bhagavan, and the worst case scenario is that we are looking for faults in the shastras and in the teachings, that nature is called carping nature. So if we want Bhagavan to reveal this knowledge to us, so what does it mean, Bhagavan reveal this knowledge to us? Is Bhagavan going to come in front of us and give us one pravachan of this secret? No, he will send his grace that we realize this knowledge from within ourselves. And what is preventing us? This unfortunate habit of finding fault in others, in finding fault in things, in finding fault with situations and experiences. So we must make sure we don't have that ability or that nature to do that. And if we do, then we must make it a priority to change it. So today is all about getting rid of our carping nature. And here are the 5 action points. And it's all about understanding. So the first thing to understand is that all living beings are essentially divine beings. Don't you know that? We are all living beings which are divine beings, and all of us are disguised. And we have a costume, we are wearing a costume called the body, the mind, and the intellect. So if we are finding fault with the costume, isn't that a useless activity? So it's better we stop doing it. So that's the first understanding. 2, understand that when people do something wrong, they are performing actions heedlessly, helplessly, according to their prevalent gunas. They can't help it. When the tamasic guna becomes too much inside them, they will perform a tamasic action. If a rajasic guna becomes too much in them, that guna will force them to do rajasic action. And if sattva is predominantly in us, it will make us do sattvic action. So if someone is doing something faulty according to you, then have compassion for that person, because that person is simply overwhelmed at that moment by tamas or rajas. Don't find fault and criticize. Have compassion. That's the second point. The third understanding. A bad action at a particular time does not mean that the person is a bad person. We see an action and we label the person as a person. No, we need to separate the action from the person. The action is a one-time thing. The person is something else, and his real identity is even something else. So separate the action from the person, because people change, people transform, people can become better and better every moment. So don't label a person as a bad person based on an action. Fourth understanding. Everyone is a masterpiece in the making if they are doing sadhanas. Everyone has some avguns. Everyone has some sadguns. Everyone has a Kaurava inside. Everyone has a Pandava inside. Everyone is part of that process. So instead of looking at other people's avguns and sadguns, why don't we focus on our own gunas? Strengthen our sadguns and work on eliminating our avguns. So the fourth understanding is to focus on our own gunas. Forget about everyone else. It's not important. And the fifth, if you have all these 4 understandings, then use them to create a gap. Instead of finding fault, instead of judging, instead of evaluating, create a gap. Master the art of witnessing, creating the distance instead of judging. I can assure you that if you follow these 5 action points, there's a 100% chance that you will overcome a carping nature if you have it. And if you can master this art, Bhagavan is going to reveal to you that secret knowledge which will liberate you from sansar. More on these tomorrow.